Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start today's video, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself, James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself, James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope your day is going better than fantastic. And your journey to self-betterment is going way better than fantastic as well. Today I want to talk about something very important. And it's very important because in today's world, even the average person that might have grown up with a healthy family, they along with you, or those of us that grew up with and in narcissistic abuse, all of us together are going to have to do our best to have a good life. Why? Because narcissists are doing their best to ruin most everyone's ability to pursue happiness, and the ability to love and to be loved. You see, because the narcissist is completely empty and has no ability to feel love whatsoever, they want you to be the same. They want you and most everyone else to live in the same prison they are living in. Why? Because they want to drag you down just like Satan's demons have the goal of dragging you down to hell with them. And if they can't drag you down to hell, they at least want to make nearly every waking moment of your life as hard and as difficult as they can make it. This is why you see this matrix system that we are all living in get harder and harder and harder. This is why they are constantly cutting off avenues where people can meet, discover common interests, become friends, and even fall in love. And onto of cutting of these pathways and avenues, they make money to be of such a great importance in a ridiculous way. Such as making it seem that if you aren't driving a $100,000 car, and you can't take 20 trips a year, then somehow you are a loser. And what happens as a result? You now have people using one another, with the attempt to achieve this new standard imposed by the societal narcissists. Let's take a look at something such as online dating. There is news stories after news stories of both men and women getting robbed, beaten or losing their life, because the person on the other end of the online dating profile has different motives than the person looking for someone to connect with. And that person's motives often involves robbery and other horrible things. And though story after story comes out saying and showing how dangerous it is, you don't see the news or the media saying, we need to get back to old-fashioned dating. Why? Because first off, they love these horrible news stories, as it gives them something to talk about. But most importantly, it goes against the agenda of the societal narcissists. And one of their number one goals is to ruin how you meet, connect, and build a family. Heck, they don't want you to build a family. Ask yourself, why is it so darn hard and difficult to meet anyone in today's society? Why? Is it by accident? Or has it been slowly engineered and manufactured as a new norm those in society must now live by? There was a recent article that came out that a few people have been covering, where it literally talks about saving money by not having children. How did we get from a place where having a family was highly desired and normal, to something one is almost literally pushed out of having the chance to do so altogether? But here's the thing. Though all of this is going on, the average person still wants love. They want someone to love them and they want to love someone else. They still yearn to have a family as well. And what this makes in society is a society of mentally hurt people. People that feel like they are being boxed in. And they are sadly feeling this way because they quite simply are being boxed in. You see, when you grew up in your home with the narcissist mother or father or both, you felt like you were being boxed in. That everywhere you turned in your family home of origin that there was always a stumbling block to ruin your happiness. You see, making content for the many years I've been making content, I've come across so many people and their stories that almost sound the same. Because the abuse these narcissists dish out seems like it was all learned at the same school for narcissists. And it's the narcissist's parent or parents convincing their son or daughter that, hey, I'm on your side now. I'm here to help. And at the biggest moment in their son or daughter's life, they show how much of a lie it all was. And they pull the rug out from under their son or daughter, making it so once again they can't enjoy a moment that was meant for them to enjoy. And this is where your narcissist parent or parents want you to completely give up. After you've been on the wrong end of one disappointment after the next, the narcissist hopes they can break you completely out of your loving nature. And they hope they can brainwash that true you out of you, so much it sinks down underneath, never to be reached or seen again. This is how narcissists like to create other narcissists, along with temptations for you to do evil, and to see the so-called rewards by doing such evil. Well, this is what is happening in society today. Ban or ruin those that are trying to do what they believe is right. Stick roadblocks in front of those that want to have a happy life. Make it difficult for a caring person to find someone to marry and have a family with. And their hope is this is done over and over and over to a person, so it will eventually warp their thinking and outlook on life. Think about all of the crazy things we are seeing in society. Yet, you don't hear from the news stations covering such stories, how basic and simple happiness is being removed from everyday life from the average everyday person. And they don't want it to be addressed. Why? Because it's not good for societal narcissism. They want societal narcissism to grow and flourish. And then you have article after article of more and more people dying alone. No family. No nothing. You see, this was once a thing for us, those that grew up in a narcissistically abusive home. Now this is becoming commonplace for the average everyday person. This is why it's important to see this happening, and people get back to the basics. And what is going to turn this around, besides our Heavenly Father coming back, is the return of the family that our Heavenly Father gave to us. And again, this is something the societal narcissists along with the narcissists in your life don't want. Think about your narcissist parent or parents, or your so-called narcissist friends. They for the most part convinced you to stay away from those that were good for you. Maybe there was someone that liked you and you liked them, but it didn't work out. And you look back now, and it was either sabotaged by those around you, or you might have sabotaged it yourself due to your programming from the narcissists in your life. But when a narcissist entered your life, those surrounding you are now out of the blue supportive. They are encouraging for you to move in with this new person you are dating. And all it leads to is lost years and misery and pain. And it's something the narcissists know. And it's something the narcissists want for you. And knowing these facts is how the average person can and hopefully will break out of this programming. Because as I've said before, if you start having good families figuring things out and becoming a growing trend, you will start to see narcissism shrink in society. Look, it's no accident you have narcissism on the rise and families on the decline. Because what is the favorite food of choice for the narcissist? Broken people. And societal narcissists are creating one broken person after the next. And they are doing it by ruining and squashing the average everyday person's goals and dreams. And they hope that by doing this they can gain control over everyone in society. Because that's what narcissists crave, is control. Getting people to constantly read off of their script. And to constantly show them how powerful they, the narcissist, is by your compliance. You have the family. You have your own happiness that has nothing to do with the narcissist. And the narcissist shrinks. This is why you see love become a foreign concept to many. As if love isn't real and doesn't exist. When in the Bible it says love your neighbor as you love yourself. Love is real. The Bible speaks about the love God has for the orphan. Why? Because God knows the parent's love to a child is important to their growth and development. Without love, what are we? In Noah's time, God said he grieved that he even made people to begin with. Why? Because they were up to evil constantly day and night. There was no love. You see, when you remove love from the world, and you have one person after another grow up broken, and then they are programmed with junk essentially, you will then have a world where Satan will thrive and his message will be heard. But before that can be done, God must be removed from people's hearts and minds. And the love for one another has to be such a distant memory. They can't even recall what love really and truly is. This is why talking about narcissism is so important. It's not just so it will help you have a better life, but so the society you interact in will become better as well. Again, in years past, narcissism has always been a thing. Has always been a thing. But there appeared to be a buffer in society holding it off from taking completely over. And it seems that buffer has been ripped away. Ripped away from society and from the world, to where evil is running wild all over the place. While the societal narcissists play dumb and pretend they have no idea why things are as bad as they are, when in reality they were the ones that induced such evil. Much like the narcissists that you grew up with and that were your caregivers. Look. The simple fact is, narcissists want you to completely and utterly give up. Why? Because they did. You can't lay down. Dust yourself off. And push forward. God our Heavenly Father is with you. He is indeed with you. Well, that's all I have for today. I thank you all so much for your support. You mean so much to me. And until next time. Bye for now. And be good to yourself.